From the dawn of life on earth to the prophetic climax of history, from the cool green hills of Ireland to the steaming forests of South America, from the chronicles of courageous faith to the appalling record of despots who coveted the very souls of men. From unremembered ages, shrouded in the mists of time, comes the story of the seventh day, Revelations from the Lost Pages of History, a 5-part documentary series revealing the true story of the seventh-day Sabbath. Hal Holbrook takes viewers into the forgotten past through the discoveries of history and archaeology and the pages of the Bible. Controversy over the Sabbath goes back thousands of years. By healing on the Sabbath, Jesus Christ himself challenged the Sabbath customs of his day, and he ultimately paid for it with his life. In other places, in other centuries, other Sabbath reformers met with a similar fate. But in spite of opposition, there have always been people who defended the biblical Sabbath, men of honor and passion, men who have preserved the original weekly day of rest by their loyalty to God and their commitment to his commandments.
Since the seventh-day Sabbath has such rich meaning, and since it is part of the Ten Commandments, why is it not more widely observed today? Good question.
In the archives and libraries of international scholarship, our researchers have discovered the secret strategies that changed the Christian day of worship from Saturday to Sunday.
One novel approach took the form of a letter that supposedly came directly from heaven.
This was a fraudulent epistle demanding the rigorous observance of Sunday, an example of the heavy-handed attempts to manipulate the consciences of medieval Christians.
A letter from heaven? Think about it. Who wouldn't want one of those to support their opinions?
The promotion of Sunday, commonly called the Lord's Day, was an integral part of the Reformation-era conflict over church authority.
The Sabbath, the most glorious day in the law, has been changed into the Lord's Day. This has not been done by the command of Christ, but by the authority of the church.
In England, there were new reformers, the Seventh-day Men, who rose up in opposition to the pro-Sunday movement.
I care not whether you keep Saturday Sabbath, Sunday Sabbath, or Monday Sabbath. But if we have respect to God or to his scriptures, let us give him a day of his own choice and not another.
The story of the Sabbath illuminates the heroic struggle for religious liberty, fought through long centuries of repression and inquisition.
The power of the Inquisition was subtle and insidious. They used threats and torture to coerce people to give evidence they needed.
They want me to confess, but confess what?
Delon's story is just one of many obscure and neglected pages of history. The seventh day presents a thorough expose of the epic battle over the weekly Sabbath, tracing the long-lost evidence of religious practice through thousands of years of culture and tradition. Supported by the expert testimony of over 50 historians and theologians from around the world.
The missionaries were the ones who brought Sunday worship. And up until that time, everyone knew God had only one day of worship, and it is Saturday.
The Sabbath is the day that marks two great events, the completion of creation and the completion of redemption.
What about Sunday observance? That doesn't seem to be in the New Testament.
We're told that great beasts and locusts are simply waiting to avenge the transgression of Sunday.
The story of the seventh day spans the ages. Some of its heroes are counted among the best-known characters on the stage of religious history. Others, equally heroic, played out their roles in near obscurity. Their lives define the true meaning of courageous faith and passion for truth.
I pray for courage to die a noble death today. I will die for my faith, for the truth that I have loved. I will die today because I have observed the seventh day of the week as the holy Sabbath of God.
Now, after more than 15 years of research, the story can be told. The story of a day enshrined in history, tradition, and scripture.
From the earth as it came from the Creator's hand to the perfectly restored new earth, the Sabbath stands as a sanctuary in time, transcending history and projecting its promise of rest into the eternal future.
The seventh day, a surprising look at history and its effect on the rhythm of life in the 21st century and beyond.